Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Over. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. Breaks through the contact. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 18. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Over!
And they'll go on the ground. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Lucky 56. Over.
Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Fighting through it, he's got space. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Watson hands this to Foreman. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A carry for Foreman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans are in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Looking to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. The extra point splits the uprights. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here's Oliver. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Come back, come back.
Watson on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like an I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Over!
And on the ground they go with a running back. Gets around him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Gun! Over!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Zach Cunningham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up first and 10. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a play fake here on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. So we've hit halftime all even at 4. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey. Four down. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Check.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you, because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
They'll drop to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watch it now, Barney.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Tiger. Come back.
On first down, it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again on second and 10. Watson dancing to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Raiders have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Watch it now, Barney. Check 50.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
Now back to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they looked like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tiger.
Throwing again is Watson. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Watson off play action. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Watch him now, Barney. Leopard. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Oliver. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Come back. Richmond. Tiger.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Come back.
On first down, Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talked about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to loft one, deep left side, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Tiger. Come back. Two jet.
From the gun, here's Watson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Room to run inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Reset. Richmond. Tiger. Richmond.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Watson to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back. Two jet.
Back to throw. The open man is Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Black
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He's back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Come back.
Back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment. Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there. The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You saved them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Watson buying time to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line has had.